Solo, a Star Wars story, is coming out at the end of the month, and there's really only one way to celebrate. With lightsabers. What's up, Thunderbeacon here, and welcome back to, welcome to my first mod showcase ever. Today we're going to be looking at a really awesome mod. It's actually one of my favorites. It is called Advanced Lightsabers, and as you can see here, they look pretty cool. Like, this is an awesome lightsaber right here. This is the best, in my opinion, what I found, the best Star Wars mod for Minecraft. Unfortunately, the latest version is for 1.7.10. I'm not sure how long it'll take to be updated to later versions, but I really hope it's soon, because I'm also hoping to do maybe a modded survival series soon, and I'd love to have lightsabers in it. But anyway, don't let the name fool you either, because this mod offers much more than just lightsabers. This also allows you to use different kinds of force abilities, channel the dark side and the light side, and you can even make your own custom lightsabers. That's right, you can customize the hilt, the color, and everything else about the blade with this mod. And I totally forgot about the animations. Yeah, some pretty cool animations too. Alright, so let's go and let's head inside the Star Destroyer and check it out. Oh, and by the way, credit to Weremark on Planet Minecraft for this awesome Star Destroyer. Oh, look at that. I didn't even notice that there was a shuttle down there. Yeah, there's some interior stuff and everything that we'll be checking out in this video. So, yeah, good job, man. This thing looks awesome. Actually, as I make my way through the Star Destroyer, I'm starting to realize that this was made in a newer version of Minecraft, and as it might seem, and it just so happens that some of the blocks used have the same damage values as some of the blocks in the mod, and they fit right in, like, perfectly. That's... oh dear. Alright, I feel like the command bridge is a pretty good place to start, overlooking the rest of the Star Destroyer. So, let's first talk about how to get started with the mod. The first things you need to do to be able to construct your very own lightsaber. Because, honestly, it's pretty cool what you can do with this mod. Now, what you're going to want to do is what you need is a lightsaber forge. And in order to make that, you're going to need to, you can make it either out of light force stone or dark force stone. And really, this doesn't have any this doesn't bear any importance regarding the functionality of the forge itself or anything like that. It just sort of changes the look of it to fit whatever your temple is going to look like if you so choose to make that. So let's just grab ourselves a crafting table here. I could have done a little bit more preparation for this, but alas, I didn't. So let's put down our crafting table there, and this is carpet, which I didn't realize, so we'll just break that because it looks nice here in the middle of the room, I suppose. And now the first thing we're going to want to do is to make force stone. So the first thing you're going to need to do to make the force stone blocks is you're going to need to gather either sandstone for light force stone or hardened clay for your dark force stone. That being 9 of each of them for 4 force stone blocks, and 1 lightsaber crystal of any color. I believe the way that you gather lightsaber crystals is you find there are ores for them. But anyway, we're just going to grab really any lightsaber crystal. I'll just grab the deep blue because it's the first one on there. And then let's go ahead, and since we're in a Star Destroyer, why don't we go ahead and make dark force stone using the actually, I don't think the color matters. No, maybe it's just hardened clay. Just hardened clay. All right. So we can go ahead and make our dark force stone like so, just by surrounding it like that. So I'll actually go ahead and surround that, and I forgot I don't have mouse tweaks, but I'll just go ahead and grab it looks like 32 force stone, and I can throw the rest of that away. Some of the other recipes include the force stone pillars, which is made simply by stacking 2 force stone on top of each other, and you get 2 force stone pillars depending on whatever type. You can also make force stone slabs like so, with which you can make these fancy inscribed force stone, which actually it's kind of cool. You can line the walls of your temples with it, and this is what we were seeing in the hangar on the blockade runner, with some light, I believe, inscribed force stone. So you can use that to sort of decorate the walls. This is what the force stone looks like. Actually, I can do sort of a I can put together sort of a little wall for you to look at here, so you can see what the different blocks look like. Do something along these lines. Put down the pillars like that. You can use it for some neat decoration and whatever. It just adds a nice little touch of Star Wars, I guess, to your builds if you so choose to do so. Then we don't really need. Actually, we are going to need that. Then the last thing you can make is the last thing you can make is if you grab some redstone and then a 4-stone pillar, just one of that, you get a dark activated 4-stone pillar or a light activated 4-stone pillar if you're using, of course, light 4-stone. So again, you can do some interesting things. It glows again, just to add a nice little touch to your Jedi or Sith temples. Just make them look really, really, really cool. All right, now we'll just throw that away. We really only need the 4-stone. Now, for the important recipe, the one that you're here for, the forge or the lightsaber forge. Wait, the other thing you're going to need, the last block, is a block of iron. So we're going to need is 2 dark 4-stone, 4-stone stairs, and a slab. And I forgot to make the stairs. Just made like any other stairs in Minecraft. There we go. And all we need are the 2 stairs, 3 of that, and that. Basically, 3 4-stone, which we'll place along the 2 4-stone. Let me get my recipes right here. 2 4-stone, which we'll place in the bottom corners. A block of iron in the center bottom corner. Dark 4-stone slab in the very center, and then dark 4-stone stairs around. I keep saying dark 4-stone stairs. It could be light 4-stone stairs. It's getting really hard for me to say 4-stone. But anyway, that's how you get your lightsaber forge, which I believe is 2 blocks wide, if I'm not mistaken. We'll place that down. Yes, it is 2 blocks wide. And this is what your lightsaber forge looks like. So it's got a cool model, some little tools, this little, I don't know, sort of I want to say an anvil, sort of a block, whatever. You're going to like forge it on a little screen panel thing, and it's pretty neat. Anyway, so now that we've got the lightsaber forge, we don't really need that. And then again, you can do all of the same things with light 4-stone. You can get this. You can get all of the same effects with all these things. If I just throw this together. So you can do all of the same things with light 4-stone as you can with dark 4-stone, except obviously the colors are just a bit different. So it really all comes down to your style and what you're looking for your particular build or whatever. But anyway, and then again, once again, obviously, just to say it, got a gray lightsaber forge as well. And I'm gonna stop destroying the beautiful map. All right. And now I am on my way back into the hangar because the next thing we need to do is go on to the next inhabited planet, the nearest inhabited planet, I should say. And try to see if we can find some materials to actually make our lightsaber. Because, you see, you can't make lightsaber parts or crystals yourself. You have to find them. You can find them in you can find them in caves. You can find them in Jedi and Sith temples, which you can find randomly generated in the world. You can even find them in villages or dungeons. There are crystal caves, like I said. In tombs. Sorry, they're not temples. You can find them in Sith tombs. All right, so let's I guess go find some. Here we are. All right, dropped onto the nearest planet. So what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be looking around for things like temples, like as in desert temples. You can find stuff there. Villages. We're going to be looking for chests in villages, or like I said, crystal caves, or even Sith tombs if you can find those. So if we just do a little bit of looking around, and oh hey, would you look at that? It just so happens that there's a desert temple right here. We could possibly look in for some parts for our lightsaber. Let's come in and check it out. This is obviously actually randomly generated, and I haven't messed around with any of the items in the chest. So let's just come in here. We'll, I guess, break this one. Just not land on the pressure plate. Do it the good old-fashioned way. I'm going to break the pressure plate. Sorry, so we don't land on the pressure plate. They'll break the pressure plate. Look in these chests. And actually, there we go. We've actually found an amber lightsaber crystal. This is one of the things that, obviously, one of the parts you'll need for your lightsaber is the crystal, because that, it's what powers the lightsaber, essentially, and also gives it its color. It's the important part from the mod. So I guess let's just hop right back out of here. We can cover that back up. now I've got our crystal. Looks like we're gonna have an amber lightsaber. And by the way, I did not mess with any of the items in the in any of the chests down there. That I actually did, legitimately find that desert temple, and just so happened that there was an amber crystal in there. So let's look for the let's look for something else where we can possibly get parts for the new lightsaber. So you can find lightsaber crystals in places, in chests, in generated structures like that, or Sith tombs if we happen to come across one. But you can also find them in crystal caves, like that one, which I totally did not see before recording this clip, and then just walk back there for dramatic effect. Why would anybody ever go on the internet and tell lies? All right. And as I have to come in here and probably looks like turn down my render distance a bit because my mouse is sort of freaking out. All right, well, here we go. And I'm gonna seriously, what's messing with my? Okay, that's weird. Anyway, so inside of here, they look like that. You can see it shows even on the page for it on CurseForge. It shows that they look like this. They sort of got the stone sort of going, up to the edge like this, and they're going to be generally completely stone, but they still look pretty cool other than that. This is the important thing, though, that we're here for. This is what we're here for. We're here for the actual lightsaber crystal. So actually, just for the sake of it, we can go into survival mode here, and we should be able to, I think, break it. And then that actually just broke it. So I'm kind of stupid there. But then we can just, oh, what? I didn't break it? No, it's right here, obviously. So I'll just pick that. There. We picked it up. We've also got a lime green lightsaber crystal. All right, now we have two colors. Alright, I got tired of searching the desert, so I had my ship take me to, I don't know, what planet is this? It's kind of, I almost said like Korriban, but Korriban is more, still deserty. This is, I don't know. I don't really know. But we found a Sith tomb. Now, this didn't quite generate properly, so we kind of got that, which should all be underground, sort of sticking out there. Also, the blocks haven't updated yet, so it's still kind of not glowing. But when we come in here, we should be able to find some pretty cool stuff. So let's just hop right in. So as you can see, I have this really generated wrong here. So it should, there we go, just trying to update the blocks a bit. Anyway, so it should, it'll generate with some cool, redstone. All of this forest stone, which you can mine, which, I guess could be somewhat valuable when you think about the fact that it uses crystals, but also we found five in like 15 minutes or so, so, it's whatever. But anyway, I guess here we go into the heart of the tomb, which should have, if I'm not mistaken, coffins. Yep. So I got some more stuff in here. I think we have actually made it underground now. I believe if you right click on them, you should, nope, not the standing ones. I was wrong there. But there's stuff inside of the laying coffins. Let's see, we've got some chests here. Open this up. We've got some lightsaber parts. Another pink lightsaber crystal. We don't really need some bones. We've got some knighted lightsaber pommels. I'll just grab one. And lightsaber circuitry, which I'll actually talk about making that when we get back onto the ship once we found all the parts that we need. And we've got another pommel. This one is Vade. So I'll go through some of the different styles later on, but let's check out the temple because it's pretty cool. And actually, I've got to gotta find the different things. Wow, it's not actually telling me what you gotta get. All right, so there are 4 different parts of a lightsaber essentially, minus the circuitry and the whatever crystal or crystals you want to use. There should be 4 parts to your lightsaber that we're looking for here. Oh dear. Now here you can see something's happening over there. And then what actually I believe will happen here is as we come in here, I'm going to change it to normal, is we should get a Sith ghost that will come out of here, and that would try to fight us. See stuff messing up over here? Right click, it'll open it up, and this is kind of terrifying actually. Alright. I think I know oh, you know what it probably was that I had my it was set to peaceful before. They were supposed to come out there, maybe. But anyway, if I open it up, we should be able to open that. And now I've actually got a couple of full lightsabers in here. I'll just grab those. So we can, grab one of those so we can see that. Lightsaber grip, which is another important part. We need those 2. Then I believe there's the... Alright. Anyways, and then I believe there is the... There's the, by the way, we should right click to do that. There's the what is it, the activation thing, and a last part that I can't think of the name of, the not the activator, whatever it is, the activator and the emitter. That's what it is. The switch module and the emitter are the last 2 parts that we've got to find in order to complete our lightsaber. And we could just check out this one, but I think it'd be a cool idea to go around and see what else, see if we can find the other parts. But again, we'll go through some of the different styles at the end of, towards the end of the video. Alright, so the first thing we're going to want to do is, let's say you weren't lucky enough to find any lightsaber circuitry. How do you make it yourself? Because obviously you can't do that. Well, it's not exactly cheap, but of course we're talking about making essentially the ultimate weapon of the galaxy. So, hopefully it's worth it. So what you're going to need, get ready, is a block of iron, right? You'll need redstone dust, a stone button. You will need to come over here to materials, get 2 iron ingots, 3 diamonds, and also a redstone torch, which I could have grabbed while I was over there, but I didn't. To make it, you just put the 3 diamonds down the center. You put the redstone there, bottom right corner, the 2 iron on the remaining top slots, the button right above the redstone, and then you put the redstone torch on the bottom left and the iron block in the center left, and you get your lightsaber circuitry, which is essential for creating your lightsaber. Now we're going to grab a couple of other parts that we can use. I did not get rid of that. Cool. And we're going to look at the different elements of a lightsaber and how we can put those together. So what you're going to need is you're going to need a pommel, a grip, a switch module, and an emitter, as we talked about earlier. So the first thing I'm going to grab is, well, we're going to need to grab a pommel. Let's see, the Juggernaut looks pretty cool, so we'll just grab that. I like the Vade grip. I think that looks pretty neat. As for the switch module, we can go with something like Mauler. Seems pretty interesting. And then we'll go with the emitter for something like the Vade, modern Vade. Alright, and once you've picked out your the different pieces of your lightsaber and you have the circuitry, then you're going to want to pick a color. I think we'll go with amber just because that's the first one that we found while we were actually on the planet. And looking for stuff. And then we'll actually sorry, trying to do a thing and it wasn't working. We'll actually grab one of each of these different focusing these crystals here, so we can look at their effects and what they do. All right, and I've made enough cuts between these between these 3 clips. So let's go ahead and make it. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to place them in. You could shift click them in, or just put them in the order of pommel, grip, switch module, and then emitter, like so. You need to put the circuitry right here in this empty space, and then as you can see here, that's where you put the crystal. And you can see our custom lightsaber right here. You can put in any combination of parts. Won't necessarily look good. We can put in any combination of parts, and end up with a completely different look for your lightsaber. Now, I could just grab this right now. It says 8 attack damage, which is pretty cool, one more than a diamond sword. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to play around. We're going to look at these different these focusing crystals and the cracked kyber crystal and see what they do. So the first one, we'll look at the compressed focusing crystal. What this does is it makes the blade a bit smaller, a bit, sort of like you see in Star Wars Rebels or in the original trilogy with the thinner blades. If you want that, it doesn't affect the damage as you can see, but it's sort of a cool cosmetic thing. It changes the it's a visual thing. It changes what it looks like. Obviously, if we come here, we look at the fine cut focusing crystal. It makes it look more like, it makes it flatter, essentially. It makes it look more like a sword blade than it does a lightsaber blade, if you know what I mean. The inverting focusing crystal, it makes the core black, so if you're going for like sort of a lightsaber look, or sorry, a dark saber look, you can also use a white lightsaber crystal if you want to get that color. But I just personally, I don't think it really works for my lightsaber here, so I'm going to not use that. And then we've got the cracked kyber crystal, which makes it all, sort of a wobbly, jittery, unstable like Kylo Ren's, which obviously is where the name comes from. And then you can combine any two to get a variety of different looks. We could do that, fine cut, and that's kind of interesting. But I don't think I really want to use any of these. Actually, just for the sake of making it interesting, I don't know. Does that look cool? Do I want a cracked kyber crystal? I'm gonna say no. So I'm just gonna go right here and grab my lightsaber, and I can throw away these focusing crystals. And then you see here, as I hold it, I hold it sort of in my hands, and it looks all cool. But then if I'm holding something else and it's in my hotbar, then it's attached to my belt. I think if it's anywhere in my inventory, it's attached to my belt, which is pretty cool. So then all we got to do to turn it on is select it and then shift right click. Then we got ourselves a brand new lightsaber, which can swing around kind of crazy, do the same single motion. Looks like I'm gonna like kill myself. I should maybe I shouldn't be given a lightsaber, but I made it myself, so who's gonna stop me? Anyways, and then shift right click to turn it back off. And then what you can actually do is you can turn it on, switch to something else, it goes back to your belt. But then when you switch back to it, it's already back on. It's pretty cool. It's just if you want dramatic effect for duels or whatever, you can just hold it while it's off. Also, it actually doesn't make that much sound. But anyway, there's that. You can turn it on or off. Actually, I wonder if it does as much damage when it's off than it does when it's ignited. It's kind of funny. As you can see, my resource pack is made for a newer version of Minecraft than 1.7.10, so that's looking a bit weird. But anyway, so that's pretty much it for lightsabers. Again, there are a bunch of different styles you could do. You could use different combinations of parts. For example, we can grab the Knighted, which is basically Kylo Ren's, the Mandalorian switch module, like on the Dark Saber. We can grab the mechanical, like on Darth Vader's / Luke's something. Actually, no, I think Fury might be Darth Vader. So let's see. There's Graflex. Graflex I know is Luke's / Anakin's / Rey's lightsaber. Anyway, and then we'll grab a pommel. We can grab Fury, which is, I don't realize Fury is, that would be Mace Windu's. And then we'll just grab some random color. Maybe white would look interesting, to say the least. And then realize that you forgot your lightsaber circuitry. Take it out, and then we can look at all that. That looks weird and stubby, but, to each their own. We all have our own taste, I suppose. But anyway, so that's it for actually making the lightsaber. But the mod certainly is not over yet. This is definitely not all there is to get to. So because of that, just an instinct to check in the chest. So because of that, we'll put this back in our first slot. We'll hop back over here to the back into the hangar with all the TIE fighters, and we'll head back down to the planet to look at the last one of the coolest features, besides just the graphics and everything about the lightsaber, the coolest feature probably in the entirety of the mod. Now we've got to talk about, again, the coolest part of the mod probably, and that is force powers. Now, you've got your lightsaber, right? You can go ahead and basically kill anything and everything, but, what good is that if you can't, also force lightning things and show them the power of the dark side, or, be a Jedi like your father before you or whatever, but, mostly the dark side part. Which is why, obviously, they included force powers. And just like all the features surrounding the lightsabers, the force powers are awesome. Alright, so how do we do force powers? How do we unlock them? How do we use them? Well, in order to access your force power menu, essentially, you need to find a holocron. It says on the Curse Forge page that they can be found in the world. And I don't believe you can just sort of find them sitting around. You'd have to find them probably in caves or temples. But once you have your Jedi or Sith holocron, they include both, you can use them to start advancing your power. So let's pull out the Jedi holocron. Since I've got the Obi-Wan lightsaber here, or the Redeemer lightsaber, we can pull out the Jedi holocron, and this is actually, look, it's actually really cool. See, it does the whole opening thing. Okay. Yeah, rest in pieces. And actually, that's something else important that you've got to do, because what you need Force XP in order to be able to advance your powers. Now, there's I believe a limited total amount of Force XP you can get, or something along those lines. Basically, the force powers you can have are limited. What you do is, by getting Force XP, to get Force XP, you get it with your regular XP. So if we come in here into game mode 0, we can see that I've got a little bit of XP, and as we get more of that regular once we get more of those experience points, we will start to get more Force XP. And I almost died there. Alright, so it looks like we're doing it the good old-fashioned creative mode way. We're just gonna do a little bit of that. And then if we come in here, we can see that I've now got 1,727 Force XP to work with, which would be more than enough to buy Force sensitivity. If we buy it, got it. It says at the bottom there how much we've got left to unlock. So if you click it, it just goes down by a little bit. You can click and hold to speed it up. Makes a neat sound. And then we've unlocked Sith philosophy and Jedi teaching at the same time, as well as balanced thoughts. Now here we can increase our overall level, and then we can go into some different specific force powers. So some of the interesting ones I think I'm going to play around with are, I'm probably going to go here under Sith philosophy and play around with shock. So we'll buy that. We get Force lightning from that. We got Force maelstrom. I think that's how you pronounce that. Which we don't really need that at the moment. So the next thing, we can also get Force stealth. I'll go ahead and buy that, and then I'll just come here and 50 levels. Something else about the holocrons that you'll notice is that it doesn't matter which holocron you use. Like, it's not, obviously your powers aren't bound to a specific holocron, and you can unlock and advance in both dark side and light side, or I guess Sith and Jedi. Both sides of the Force with either a Sith or a Jedi holocron. So here we got Force stealth, obviously. Force speed is an interesting one. Also, base power. Base power is the thing, is that you get base power as you level up your overall force level. That's what's limited. You can have unlimited Force XP, but your base power, you start out by getting +2 from Force sensitivity, and then you get more as you level up, which you can then decide how to use your base power that way. And at the bottom, you can see this bar filling up. It is your force power, your total force power. We can see that now that I'm a Force Master. I've been granted the rank of Master here. I can have a total of 375 Force power at any given time that I can use for for powers. So to get maybe Force Push, this is 1 base power. We'll get Force Gust, just because it's a bit stronger. We can also get Blade Throw. Blade Throw is a pretty cool one. Alright, we got 5 base power left. You can get maybe Force Speed. I'm just choosing Force powers that you can easily demonstrate. Maybe Force Heal, and Force Fortify. And that's just the base, the base power is obviously, it's what it takes to unlock, the base of, whatever. So now it comes down to a decision, really, I guess, between, do I want Drain Life, Wound, do I want Battle Meditation, Force Sight, or Energy Resist with my 1 last base power. Alright, I'm going to end it here. While fighting mobs, I'm just going to turn on my sound so it's not too loud. Just because they're here, because I turned it off of peaceful. So I guess I've got it. I'm going to end the video there. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video as much as I've enjoyed making it. Please, again, make sure to check out the mod. There will be a link to the download in the description below. Yeah, make sure to leave a like on this video if you did enjoy it. Subscribe if you want to see more videos. Maybe I'll do some more mod showcases. I'll try to maybe, hopefully if it's updated soon, I'll be able to incorporate it into whatever series I do make. And honestly, I've got to figure out a way to check out this thing more. Like, this is just so cool. Like, you did a great job, man. A great job, Waremark. Sorry, forgot your name for a minute there. Such a great job on making this thing. So cool playing around with it. But anyway, I guess, I'll leave it there. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, and may the Force be with you.